Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel about Blackheart's Vagabond and Amazon, or as it's printed, Amazon and Vagabond. Amazon and Vagabond is a story I wrote about the history of West Africa in a time when West Africa boasted of the only female army in the whole world. And this was quite a feat that's not been recognized subtly, but I found there's no stories about it, so I decided to write one. I don't have a background in literature. I'm a doctor by training, but I found the time to write about this after doing a bit of research. I just felt that there was not enough out there to tell the story of these people, really great people who lived exceptional lives in exceptional circumstances long before the white man, you know, came to the shores of Africa or West Africa. I'd just like to use the opportunity to thank my editor, Christy Callahan, who edited my book all the way in the US. I live in Australia, and we communicated by email, and she did a great job, really great job. Thanks, Christy. Also want to thank my uncle, Olumide Ogudaunsi. He lives in Nigeria, and he was helpful in going over the intricacies of all the things that make Yoruba people, and it was quite helpful and insightful. And thanks a great deal. Also, shout out to Lamide Awosoya, my friend from University of Ibadan days. He's a dentist as well, lives over in the US, but he too was quite helpful in helping me focus the story and commenting and giving some review about it, and for that I'm grateful. Also grateful to Greg Frost, friend from church, who to give his own insights about the book. Now, the story is about two people. One is a young girl. Her name is Ige. She lived in West Africa, specifically what's now the western part or the southwestern part of Nigeria. Kidnapped as a child following a war, uh, and then bred, trained, rigorously trained to become a soldier, a female soldier in the an all-female battalion, and she does quite well for herself. Gets she grows up in the ranks, and this story traces her training, traces her life, tells the story of what really happened, or at least going by history, and also story tells of a young man by the name of Idogbe who also lived in West Africa, present day what we would refer to as Ijebu land, and he is kidnapped as well, but for occultic purposes, manages to escape and then ends up, getting involved in the wars, in the wars and clashes and battles that took place in Yoruba land at that time. At the end of the day, the two of them come together, and well, spoiler alert, there's a part two coming. But that is just my take. I just don't feel that there's been much said about these great women. There is that film Warrior Queen, but I don't think it does enough justice to this. So I decided to put my own spin on the story, and yeah, this is what I've come up with. Source material for what I wrote came from a couple of sources. There's the great material by Stanley B. Alpern, The Amazons of Dahomey. It's a great book, and I think it's one of the most reliable sources of information about these women out there. I mean, you could go online and find out what you can, but this is a very good read. Also, I used other material, the A History of the Yorubas by Adebanji Akintoye, another great book, which is a lot more detailed, for somebody who is really interested in the history of the Yoruba people. The other source of material was a history of the Yoruba people from the earliest times by Samuel O. Johnson. Uh, his account, some people do not really think it's as reliable as the first story. It contains a lot of what seems to be hearsay and intrigue, but he also mentions the warriors of Dahomey, the female warriors of Dahomey. So I think it's a good read. Okay, and I've, you know, fictionalized some facts there, and so that's where the source came from. Now, what I plan to do is do a weekly reading. Let's interact this way, and give me your thoughts, give me your comments. I am in the process of writing a part two, and yeah, I'd like as much as many comments as you can. You can hit the subscribe button. I will be putting out the first read. I'll just read a couple of pages from each chapter. The first read will be out on Monday. That'll be Monday evening here in Australia, but that will be morning everywhere else or afternoon. And yeah, we'll do that for the 40 or so chapters that the book has got. And yeah, I'd love to hear your comments. So I guess we'll get into it. See you.